Hi everyone. So let's discuss about another topic like a decision making in a Dart programming language. So those who are already familiar with the other programming language, they may aware about how to achieve this decision making with the help of this if and else kind of statement. So in our daily routine life also we do come across such a kind of situation that if something happens we have to take some action, or if let's say some other things happen we have to take some other action. So based on some sort of conditioning we have to take a different kind of action. Now how to implement those things into programming language, and specifically in this case in a Dart programming language. So let's take a very simple case. Let's say we have a number, we'll evaluate based on some sort of logical expression. So I'm just defining, let's say one number, let's say one, and number, let's say it's a 10, and we'll try to evaluate whether this number is positive or not. So if that particular number is positive, we'll just print like the number is positive, and we'll gradually add a complexity that if number is not positive, what to do, if number is 0, what to do. Okay, so let's define, we'll start with a very simple English like statement. Let's say if, and inside the after if we need to write like a condition. So if that particular condition is, let's say, true, so I'm just going to write here the number is greater than 0. So currently I have defined it, let's say number is equal to 10. So if number is greater than 0, this particular expression will be evaluated to be true. If this particular part will evaluate to be true, then control will go inside this particular curly braces, and whatever the code will write inside that particular curly braces, it will get executed. So let's just print number is, let's say, positive. Okay, so what happens here that the 10 will be compared with 0, and this condition, if that get evaluates to be true, it will print this number is positive. So let me just run it. So you can see the number is positive. Now let's say we want to print if the number is negative also. So we can use like another statement like else. So if the control will not go at this particular location and number is negative, it won't enter here. So before running this else part, let's keep it, let's say -10, and let's see what it will print. So it has not printed anything because the control has not entered here. So let's put else, and here we'll write like a number is negative. Okay, again it will print number is positive only. So if I keep, let's say, -10, it should return me the number is negative. So we have a two conditioning, like number is positive and number is negative, and so far so good, so simple. Now let's say if the number is 0, I have to take some other action. So apart from these two action, I have to take one more action. I can just go with another else statement. So after if, I can write another conditioning, let's say else if, and inside that I'll write another condition. So number is equal to 0, and I'll just print here number is 0. Okay, so now you can see our original number is -10, so it will evaluate to this particular condition and it will be false, so it won't enter into this particular braces. Again it will evaluate to number is equal to 0, it is not 0, that means it won't enter even here at this particular place. So if it cannot enter in these two particular case, we are not evaluating any condition here, so all the remaining code in whatever we have written inside this else part will be executed. So let me just run it. So number is negative. Now let's make it 0. And let's see. So now number is 0. So as soon as this part get executed, it won't enter into the remaining portion of the code. So this way you can use if else, or if else if and else, or just if and else, or you can use like even you can terminate this part also. And it will work perfectly fine. Number is 0. There is no explicit requirement that you have to write if and else together, or you can write just if, or you can write just if and else, but you just cannot write only else. So if and else if also possible. So that's how you can put all those logical and mathematical condition along with this if and else if statement. And if that particular condition is evaluated to be true, in that case the control will enter into the body of that particular part. So you can consider this part as a body of this particular if statement, and this particular statement is a body of this particular else if statement, and this is the body of this else statement. So if nothing is evaluated to be true, then only control will goes here. But as soon as something got evaluated to be true, the remaining portion of code will not be executed. So in this way you can keep increasing this else if, and based on the different condition evaluated to be true, you can take a different kind of action. Okay, so that is all about the decision making in a Dart programming language. So this is a one way to go with the decision making. But let's say you have a number of expression like else ifs are keep increasing. So how many times you will write this such a kind of else if? So that's a little bit cumbersome kind of task. So for that, Dart will provide another mechanism like a switch case statement. So those switch case statement we'll see into next video.